Good evening, folks. How is everyone? As always, I always want you to be the big three. I always have your best interests in my heart because we are the community, right? So happy, healthy, and safe. Thanks for coming by and putting some eyeballs on here, spending a little time with me and the doggos. Tonight, we are going to take a look at the other thing we need are eyeballs. Here we go. Grand Canyon-Brewing Company Sunset Amber Ale. Yeah, no, I put this up in the thumb on the last one. The next one we'll do, I'm going to say the Dark Truth. I was going to shoot outside, and then I remembered that I am basically a Chinese buffet to mosquitoes, and so I blasted about 10 minutes, and there were 100 of them on me, and I'm like, I'm not a big fan. And now that Bill Gates has decided he is going to genetically modify mosquitoes, they just told us that, so how long has he been doing it? Because he's been releasing mosquitoes all over for over a decade. Rope. Anyway, let's get rid of that. And let us get down to business. All right. We are looking at Sunset Amber Ale. It is an ale. The ABV is 5.5%. The IBUs will be 25. Nothing captures a warm Grand Canyon sunset quite like our Sunset Amber Ale. This traditional American amber ale pours a rich red color with bronze and gold highlights. Okay. A medium-bodied brew with a high level of sweetness, with a malt finish. Public education, man. Crack open your next adventure or sit back, relax, and enjoy the painted skies at sunset. I will say that we probably have some of the most beautiful sunsets on the planet. It's absolutely stunning. And that's what's represented on our flag, right? The star, the rays are the setting sun. The style is ale. The malts are pale, Munich, and crystal. The hops are Cascade, Columbus, and cluster. The yeast is ale. They must be getting kickbacks for using that ale word a lot. The availability is year-round. It is featured in half keg, pony keg, 6-pack cans, and 12-pack trail mix. 12-pack trail mix would be like the assorted pack. 301 North 7th Street, Williams, Arizona, 86046. Open daily, 2p to 10p. Closing times sometimes vary based on the season. They get snow up there. Arizona gets snow, dude. And there's 800-513-2072 or 928-635-1911. Williams at grand-canyon-brewing-company.com. They also have a Flagstaff and a Page location. Probably go to the Flagstaff one, although Williams is half 45 minutes to the west. Nice, quaint little town in the middle of friggin' nowhere. So, what do you say? Time to get down to business? We're going to drink her out of the willie because the recommended glass for an amber is a willie. This is a dark beer, so I left her out to warm up. Let us take a look and see what we got going on. Surprisingly, every time I crack this beer open, it sounds flat. So I said, well, maybe I've got it too cold. Maybe that's why it sounds flat. Well, you just saw me pour that. This is not a very well gassed, let's say gassed, brew, apparently. There's virtually no head, and you heard that flat crack when it opened. I thought the other ones were too cold. It's the other reason I left it out to warm up. So, let's put some eyeballs on here. See what the temp is. Look, stupid machine, leave the light on unless I tell you otherwise. 57.2. We know this is off by a +3, so 55.2. So let's call it 55 degrees. How do I know it's off by 3? Because I tested it in ice. So it was 35 degrees, and I'm like, no, because 35 degree ice is called water. So those things are horribly inaccurate. You always got to double and triple check. You know what time it is? It's Biden time. It's good old Pete up on this and see what's going on with the old snifferino. Weird. She smells richer than she is, and you definitely get the malt on the nose. Doesn't smell bad. She smells within tolerable limits. I'm just a little worried that the lack of effervescence, excuse me. Oh, I don't know what the hell happened there. The lack of effervescence might lead her to be less enjoyable than a well-gassed beer, although damn Bill Gates mosquitoes must have given me like the flying Ebola or something. What the hell's going on here? The lack of effervescence kind of makes me a little worried because she's so undergassed, but well, if she was overgassed, she might have blown out the can, so I don't know. We'll find out, because you know what we're going to do. We're going to grab a flashlight and put some eyeballs on the color here. I know. You were waiting for me to say the magic phrase. Well, that'll be coming right after we do this. There we go. Dump it down to half a lumen. We are still shooting on the phone. I did get a text message from the repair guy that says he was thinking it might be repaired by today or tomorrow, which means I should have it back by the weekend, but that does not help us today. So it is what it is. I'm not super overly impressed with this. I can say I literally just had a light in my hand. A hard color to classify. She is definitely gold into brown. So let's call her 47. Stephen KC has joined the family. By the way, Steve, welcome to the community. And I'm sure he will give us his opinion, which is okay, because we're a community. We're a community, and we're here to share and help everybody grow, right? So let me go 47. Now we'll go slip of the tongue and see what's going on. She might lace decently. Or she might not. She's thin. The flavor profile on this is tongue, lower intradentals, sublingual. Not really much in the buccal zone. She's not overpowering. She's not super malty. She's 25. She's not even really bittered. She's also not overly sweet. Okay. Is she a good beer? It's better than no beer. Is she a bad beer? No. Just kind of banal and not interesting. So she runs fast through the middle. It's clean on the back end. She's not particularly dry. Well, she's not particularly oily, so lightly dirty, slightly soiled. Let's go with slightly soiled. For a beer that has no gas, I have to guess. So maybe that was the whole point in brewing it this way. She's definitely warm enough to drink. I mean, she's 7 degrees, 8 degrees over the recommended standard of 44 to 48, which is, if I remember correctly, 7 to 8 centigrade. I'm sorry, I keep having text messages pop up on my phone, and it pisses me off because I'm trying to do this. And my friends keep sending me text messages. I should put on a freaking airplane mode. Slightly sweet, but not much. Flavor profile is really kind of vacant on this. Not getting a whole lot of bite, and at this temperature, I really expect the flavor profile to open up and bloom. You know. It's not bad. I mean, I drank much worse, and I can tell you for a fact, this beer is a lot better at virtually ice cold temperatures, like 35 degrees, maybe 40 degrees, because that's the way I've been drinking them. $5 Friday specials, so I grabbed the case. Yeah. So, would I drink this again? Well, I got a couple more 6-packs, so I'm going to have to. Would I buy this again? Probably not. Maybe in the trail mix pack. Would I drink this on tap? Kind of have to, just to see if if this is just a bad batch of severely undergassed beer, or if that's the way they brewed it. But it's really, it's a hair above flat, man. If you handed this to me out of the cooler, would I drink it? You know, I'm a snobbo, man. I've been doing this way too long. I looked at my, let's say, my BitChute page, and there's 740, this will be 3 videos up on BitChute. Now, they're not all beer, but roughly about 500 of them are. So, okay. If you handed this to me out of the cooler, would I drink it? Sure, but again, because I'm such a snob these days. Scusi. There's the gas that the beer is missing. That's from the cucumbers I had in the salad for dinner. Another thing I love that does not love me back. Yeah, but if you had a trail mix pack in there, I'd probably opt out to something I hadn't tried yet. They're local, right? Local brewery to me, more or less. And, well, drink local, support local breweries. I'm sure they have another flavor that is better. This isn't bad. This isn't great. This is just kind of boring and banal. So people who don't really like beer, they're not big on the beery flavor. Oh, I only like silver bullets. You could serve them this shit. They could feel like they're connoisseurs. But is what it is. $5 a 6-pack when you live in Bidenzuela. Can you really complain? No. Beer's not offensive. It's just not interesting. Got to be 60 degrees. The flavor profile is still flatlined. So let's call her 3.5. Right? She got some extra points for being zony and local, but it's not anything I would recommend, and it certainly won't wind up in the rotation. Calls them like I sees them. So once again, thank you folks for coming by and spending a little time here on me. You are my people. We are a community, and I do appreciate you guys coming by. Like, share, remind, thumbs up, thumbs down. I still haven't figured out how to get Subscribe Star to do the buy me a beer thing. Anybody know how that shit works? So anyone hit me up and tell me what the hell I'm doing wrong? The other thing is Odyssey. I have no idea how to make money on Odyssey. And I'm not talking about spending money. I'm talking like Odyssey tokens money where I can post shit more often. I get it. They're French. I do. But still, it should not be that complicated. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you want to become a multi-millionaire virtually overnight, make boomer-friendly shit, because we're old and we have money and we're willing to spend it. Just don't make shit so hard we can't use it. Just throwing it out there. All right, folks, I will catch you next week when we drink the Dark Truth, which is like 9.5% or 9.7. And it's called the Dark Truth for a reason. It is dark. It is inky. It is rich and textured. Unlike this. So break that out and see what's going on. All right? Gotta remember, my people, love you. Happy, healthy, safe, honorable, dutiful, vigilant. Head on a swivel. Keep checking your six. Be the gray man. Fly low and slow under the radar. Hot and handy, because things ain't getting any better anytime soon, man. There's still too many people that refuse to believe that reality is anything other than what television tells them. At this point, getting rid of television is not the worst thing you can do. So, until next week. Well, till the next video, because a lot of you guys will be back for, Thursday. So, Cider Sundays. I hang something usually on Tuesdays from I drank it a while ago and it needs to go up. So, see you on Sunday. Unless you follow the other chatty political observation bullshit I do, in which case I'll see you then. Thanks for coming by, folks. Just enough. Salute. Never toast on an empty glass or with water. Bad manners.